Ooh wee, look what we got here. This is a beautiful fountain pen. Stick around for a few minutes and see how I make this. Hi, and welcome back to Pappy Tinkers. Tonight we're going to take this little piece of acrylic and we're going to turn it into a beautiful fountain pen. I met a lady at the park and she seen a blue one that I had, and she wanted one for her brother for Christmas. So I sent her some pictures of colors, and this is the color that she chose. Got it all ready and spun it up on the lathe. Oh, look at that comedian there. He thinks he's so funny. Here I'm using a roughing gouge. This is what you use to help get things into the round shape that makes it easier to make your designs, cuts, and patterns and all that other good stuff. Besides feeling the chunky as it's cutting, you can see the shiny spot on top. With every pass it gets a little bit smaller. That means we're getting it that much closer to being round. Almost there. A few more passes with that and it's time to go on to the skew. This is like a knife edge, a knife blade, and some people use it as a scraper, but it's usually more meant to be used kind of like a razor blade, where it's just shaving off the top layers of the piece that you're cutting. I try to use the middle of the blade so that it's got much less of a chance of digging into it. If you use the corners, you'll dig into the wood or the acrylic real quick and it adds a mess to clean up. You can actually ruin it with that. You got to pay real close attention to the edges next to those metal bushings. Those metal bushings help decide how thick the final product is going to be. You try to get it to that thickness. Once I'm satisfied with that, I'll pick up my carbide cutter that's got a straight edge to it, and I'll run that along it for a couple passes just to help even it out a little bit more. It'll take off material real quick, so you have to be careful. And also, those corners will dig in even faster. Alright, that's looking good, and we haven't even sanded it any yet. The sanding process, that is usually the longest part of the whole thing for acrylics. Not so much with wood, but for these acrylics, it's literally a 15 step process that I use. I could go further, but by that time I'm usually bored. And you'll see once I've gone through all these different stages. Well, we're not going through all these stages. We're going to skip about 13 of them. But once I'm done and I've gone through everything, and you see the shine on this piece of acrylic, you go like, wow, yeah, I guess that works. Oh yes, look at that there. And this is the final bit of polishing. I do check it a few times through just to make sure. It's important to get the sanding done in the beginning right so that the final product turns out very good. And watch this as it slows down, and I'll zoom in here, and it looks just as bright, as shiny. You can see every one of those little LED bulbs in that. Yes, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, we have our pieces laid out. Let's see if we can make something out of this. Take my little pin press here. I'll take the body. Let's see, this is, let's put this side in. Which side do we want the writing? Wow, they both look so beautiful. I'm not sure which one's going to be. You know what? I think the person that's getting this is going to be happy no matter which way it is. So we're going to stick this in there. Take that out so we have a little bit more room for squishies. Center it up right here. Squeeze that in. There we go. Everything feels nice and secure. Yes, I'm liking this. This is turning out very pretty. Take that one out. And we will put this on the other end. Sorry for the little Tinker Dog break there, but if you've watched any of my recent videos, you know. We'll center this in here like that. Yes. Look at the chrome gleaming off that. And we'll give this a little squish. Are we keeping centered in the camera? Watch the pen, not the camera, Doug. Pappy, Pappy, Pappy. I'm not Doug. Oh. Look at this. Very pretty. Would you like to be thrown out of the Tinker Garage? Yeah, that's what I thought. Shut up. Oh, yes. Let's get that out of the way so you can see it better. Beautiful green with the black stripes going through it and some white pearls that show up in it. Oh, wow. This is going to be a fountain pen. Because the person I'm making it for, that's what she wanted. And it comes with a little thing of black ink that... yeah. But what I like to use now are these reservoirs that just slide into there like that, and you can suck up the ink. If you've seen some of my writing before, well, I'll show it later in a different video of, because I seem to have misplaced. Huh. So like you'd take a test bottle like this. This particular one is Polar Glow. And you can stick the nib down in there and suck it up. We're not going to do that because this is a bluish color. And my customer wants a spruce green color. I don't know if I have a spruce green, but we're going to look. So I'm not going to do that at the moment. Or you can also take this part right here and stick it down into the reservoir and suck it up that way. This just screws in here like this. Wow, that's pretty. I didn't charge her enough for this. That's alright. It's Christmas time. It's for her brother. Where's the cap? The cap screws on like this. Beautiful. When you're riding, you can ride it without the cap, or it'll post up here and back. Depends how I feel and what you like. But yeah. This is beautiful. This is just beautiful. Somebody's going to be pretty happy for Christmas. That's what I think. All right. See you next time on Pappy Tinkers.